NFL is agreeing to pay $765 million to 4,500 retired players. The money will go toward compensation, medical exams, and research payouts will be determined by the player's age, years in the league, and types of injury. Some of the money will go toward the settlement that would help the league avoid years of individual lawsuits and possibly billions of dollars in payouts. The NFL is admitting to no wrongdoing.
Joining us now to talk more about that settlement is Exavier Pope, a sports and entertainment attorney here in Chicago. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, you know, if we hear about these billions of dollars in profits that the NFL has, and when I hear a number that's in like the $700 million range, that sounds like a win for the NFL. But I've heard Dave Duerson's family, Jim McMahon's family saying they're happy with this. I can't believe that they would settle. What's your reaction?
You have to consider players from a generation ago. They're not the Tom Brady's and Peyton Mannings of the world with giant salary bonuses and guaranteed contracts. You're looking at guys who are mounting healthcare costs, facing foreclosure, evictions. They have immediate needs now.
Oh, so it's just all about getting it up front, even if it's a little less.
Absolutely. In a settlement, neither side is particularly happy. One has to give up something in order to get to it.
How important was it for the NFL to keep their books closed?
It was massively important. What the NFL knew, it had a committee that basically collected information about concussions. And I think no one's talking about this. Going forward in the future, this is not just a safety issue for the NFL. This is a financial issue. Now the NFL could maybe have the $10 million that's dedicated to the testing and use it to create a concussion susceptibility index. So basically determine before draft if a guy may be damaged goods, may not be able to draft them, so they may not be on the books for a couple of years with damaged goods.
What do you think the chances are? You know, they still have to get the approval of all of the people in the lawsuit. There are obviously going to be some holdouts. Do you think the amount of holdouts will be high who won't accept the settlement? Could they get more by suing individually?
Well, individual suits typically tend to have a higher rate of payout than a class settlement. So I could see some of that, but the time it would take to go years and years against the NFL is large. And you have to separate it. It's guys that are opt into the suit, guys that opt out, and then the players, they have to deal with existing CBAs going forward in the future.
What is your reaction to the fact that it's only the retired players? So they might set up this thing, let's research concussions in the future, but really, if you're an NFL player right now and you're getting concussions every day, you're not getting a dime.
True, but this is something to be negotiated once again with the collective bargaining agreement with the league.
Yeah.
And so you had Lane Phillips, who basically negotiated the mediation, who said that labor defense of the NFL may prevent future suits of current players.
You know, it's often the case in any civil suit where the party who's being sued does not want to admit any wrongdoing, and that's obviously something that was penciled into this agreement. But at the same time, when you're handing over $760 million, that has to be an admission of some type of responsibility, and I wonder how you feel that reflects in the court of public opinion.
It reflects in the court of public opinion. We get back to football.
Right.
We're a football-starved culture. If the NFL did one thing toward acknowledging player safety, people can get back to fantasy football and back to Bears football on Sunday, whether Jay Cutler is going to be good enough under Mark Trestman's system.
So you're familiar with it? You're familiar? Just
a little bit.
A little bit. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Thank you so much for joining us, Exavier.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Oh, Paul.
Hi, you guys. Today